In the dead of night, a chilling report echoes through the airwaves, a haunting whisper in the midst of silence. Russian forces, backed by an unlikely Canadian ally, have seized control of Alaska. This information permeates through quiet towns and bustling cities, rousing the susceptible world from its sleep. The news is met with disbelief, shock, and fear. From dawn until dusk, this proclamation reverberates, reaching the ears of the most powerful and the most ordinary, stirring emotions of anxiety and dread. Never before had the world witnessed such an unexpected alliance, a nexus between Russia and Canada, a conjunction that left many baffled, inciting questions about the future. The world stood still, frozen, as if it were Alaska itself in the icy grip of foreign invaders. Every corner of the world, from the heated deserts of the Sahara to the snowy peaks of the Himalayas, resonated with this astonishing news. The news broadcasters' voices trembled with the weight of the announcement. The once untouchable, impregnable fortress was the United States, now appeared susceptible, vulnerable, its stronghold breached. The realization that the mighty could fall, that fortresses could crumble, that giants could be felled, sent a collective shudder across the globe. Fear ruled, uncertainty prevailed, and silence reigned as nations grappled with the implications of this unforeseen invasion. As the sun rose, casting long shadows on the faces of world leaders, the full reality of the situation sank in. The world was changing, a new era was dawning, and nothing could ever remain the same. Yet, amidst the turmoil, the world watches in stunned silence as the once mighty United States falls prey to foreign invaders. In the frozen wilderness of Anchorage, Russian paratroopers descend like an iron storm, their boots sinking into the snow-covered ground. The sight is overwhelming, a tidal wave of military might descending from the gray, overcast skies. Each man is clad in winter camouflage, their faces obscured by balaclavas and goggles. Their breaths frost in the frigid Alaskan air, a chilling testament to their unwavering resolve. From afar, Anchorage looks serene, its snow-laden trees grounded under the weight of the winter's merciless freeze. However, this otherwise peaceful landscape is disrupted by the paratroopers landing, each one creating a small crater in the snow, marking their territory like a pack of wolves. The locals, though unprepared and unequipped, watch from their snow-buried homes. Their faces mirror a mix of terror and determination, understanding the reality of their situation. They are the underdogs in this war. Yet they remain unwavering. The spirit of Alaska is resilient, bred from generations of survival in harsh conditions. They gather their makeshift weapons cobbled together from anything they could find. Hunting rifles, old shotguns, and even ice picks, all pitiful in the face of the advancing Russian forces. Yet these are the weapons of their resistance, the instruments of their unlikely fight for survival. Inside their homes, families huddle, praying for safety. The air is heavy with fear, yet the Alaskan spirit remains unbroken. They are outgunned, outmanned, but they will not be outmatched in spirit and will. Resistance is futile, yet local militias resist, their makeshift weapons a pitiful defense against the relentless onslaught. In the heart of a shattered nation, the remnants of the once glorious White House stand as a grim testament to the fall. The cracked facade of the iconic structure, a chilling silhouette against the twilight, stands stark. The once thriving hub of American politics now reduced to a spectral shell. The ghostly echoes of once vibrant hallways, filled with the country's finest minds, now resonate only with an eerie silence. The grandeur of the Oval Office is lost, its majesty wilting under the weight of abandonment. Under the dim glow of candlelight, surviving military leaders sit, their faces etched with lines of worry and loss, their once crisp uniforms now stained with the grit of survival and the weight of responsibility. The room is thick with tension. Silence hangs heavily, punctuated only by the soft flickering of candles and the occasional scratch of a pen against paper, scrawling desperate strategies into existence. The weight of the moment is palpable. The air is pregnant with resignation, despair, and a frisson of fading hope. Each passing moment feels like an eternity. The leaders exchange fraught glances, the glow of the candles reflecting the turmoil visible in their eyes. "We warned them," laments General Bradshaw. His gruff voice is heavy with the burden of 1,000 unheeded warnings. His once eyes, now shadowed by the harsh reality, flicker with the memory of the past. After the Trump-era collapse, he continues, his words flowing like the gentle trickle of a once mighty river. The secession, the riots. His voice echoes in the room, the gravity of his words sinking into the hearts of his comrades. His words hang in the air, a stark reminder of the warnings ignored, of the choices made in the throes of political fervor. We were ripe for the picking. The finality of his statement reverberates through the room. The leaders' faces harden, a collective resolve forming in their hearts, as they brace themselves for the trials yet to come. The silence that follows is broken only by the restless whisper of wind as it whistles through the shattered windows, carrying their resolve into the heart of the shattered nation. Meanwhile, in the strategy room of the Kremlin, Russian President Dmitry Malenkov and Canadian Prime Minister Isabelle Tremblay revel in their triumph. The room, bathed in an eerie and clinical fluorescent light, hums with the electricity of their achievement. Marble columns tower majestically overhead, casting long, sinewy shadows that dance and flicker in the quiet periphery of the room. Seated around a grand table, they are surrounded by rows of monitors displaying satellite images, charts, and graphs, all pointing to their ascendance over the United States. Each screen is a testament to their patience, strategy, and the dissolution of the once great rival. Malenkov, a man of severe demeanor, peers at Tremblay from across the table. His piercing gaze reflects the cold calculation and the satisfaction of their victory. The Americans imploded, he muses, a sardonic smile playing upon his lips. Their democracy devoured itself. All we had to do was wait. Tremblay, a woman known for her fierce intellect and uncompromising resolve, nods in agreement. Her glimmering with the same sense of accomplishment, meet Malenkov's. Her silence speaks volumes, affirming their shared understanding of the political chessboard and their victory. The room falls quiet again. The only sound, the humming of the computers and the soft ticking of an antique clock, a symbol of their strategic patience. Tremblay finally breaks the silence, her voice echoing ominously across the room. And now Alaska is the first domino, but hope is not lost. In this new world where the once bustling cities are now cold, desolate landscapes, a distinct ray of resistance is slowly taking shape. This ray of resistance is a fiercely independent American group, an unlikely alliance of grit and determination. Comprised of ex-military personnel who have seen the horrors of war, and survivalists who have spent their lives preparing for the end of the world, they are not strangers to adversity. They navigate the frozen wilds of the US-Canada border, a hostile terrain that they've turned into their battleground. Their movements are shrouded in the secrecy of the night, their paths veiled by snowstorms, the biting cold. They are a shadow, a whisper of rebellion that refuses to be silenced. At the helm of this audacious resistance is Commander Jax Carter, a man as rugged as the wilderness they traverse. He's a man molded by loss, but fueled by an unyielding spirit. With a hardened by the cold and eyes that have seen too much, he asserts, "We lost the country, but we haven't lost the fight." In a cold, grim bunker situated somewhere deep within Canada, the sound of alarm bells reverberate ominously throughout the confined space. A young analyst, barely out of his 20s, is the first to break the chilling silence that has descended upon the room, his voice trembling slightly as he relays his findings. Resistance movements are rapidly forming across the vast stretches of Montana, creeping into the rugged terrains of Idaho, and spilling into the frosty expanse of Yukon, he reports. There is a palpable in the air. As he continues, the whispers are growing louder, echoing through the valleys and bouncing off the mountains. They're calling it the New Continental Rebellion. His voice wavers, projecting magnitude of the impending challenge. The room fills with a heavy silence as every eye in the room turns to the grizzled Canadian general, his stern face illuminated by the ghostly glow the strategy map spread out before him. Unfazed by the news, his response echoes through the room like a gunshot, resonating with unwavering resolve. "Then crush them," he utters firmly. His gaze, steely and unwavering, locks onto the analyst. "We stand resolutely with Russia. The age of American dominance is over." Deep in the permafrost, the world's last untouched frontier, old NATO holdouts hunker down alongside exiled US senators. These political outcasts have sought refuge in the frozen tundra, far from the scrutiny of prying eyes. In these secret subterranean bunkers, they're plotting a counteroffensive, a daring move to re-establish their lost power. At the heart of their strategy is Senator Vasquez, a powerful orator and charismatic leader. With a determination that lights a fire in the hearts of those present, Vasquez declares, "We rebuild, underground, one state at a time." Under the twilight kiss of Mount McKinley, Jax Carter, a symbol of resilience and defiance, hoists an old, torn American flag atop a commanding peak. This peak, rough and ragged, overlooks a vast stretch of land, once familiar, now foreign, marked by the menacing presence of Russian forces. Jax, a man sculpted by loss and hardened by adversity, onto the remnants of his homeland, embodied by the weather-beaten flag. His voice, a rugged whisper against the harsh winter winds, carries a vow filled with unyielding resolve. They took our land. They took our country. But they'll never take our fire, he swears. His words echo, resonating with the flag's defiant flutter against the brutal snowstorm. As the music swells and the scene fades to black, a profound uncertainty lingers. The audience can feel the tension. There's a palpable sense of anticipation, a collective holding of breath, as we all wait for the answer to one crucial question that has now become the heartbeat of this story. Their homeland, once tranquil and serene, now scarred by the brutal hand of war, yearns for liberation. The air is filled with whispers of rebellion, tales of brave hearts ablaze with an unfathomable fire of defiance burning brighter with each passing moment. Will this fire, this indomitable spirit of resistance, be potent enough to free their homeland from the shackles of oppression? Will this resilient determination be their weapon, their beacon of hope in the gloomy darkness of despair? The suspense is intensifying. The stakes are higher with each ticking second. The climax is approaching. The plot is thickening. Yet the burning question remains unanswered. Will the fire of defiance be enough to reclaim their homeland? Only time will tell.